right, welcome one, welcome all back to KCDC East versus West, soon to be known as Two Goddamn Gentlemen.
Yes, we are. Dude, the guerrilla marketing is already underway.
I'm so excited for everything to do with, because basically over the last year and a half, we have just completely changed what we were doing here, right?
Yeah.
Just a complete overhaul. And now the name will reflect what's happening. We're just sitting here discussing life, discussing current events. From time to time when sports happen, we'll discuss that too. And we're going to do it, DC.
Hell yeah,
goddamn gentlemen.
That's right. So tonight, I will be drinking, in goddamn gentleman fashion, Glenfiddich 12.
What is that?
Ooh, it's a single malt Scotch whiskey, an original 12. It's one of the highest rated single malt Scotch whiskeys there is. I'm pretty excited about it.
That's a gentlemanly move, far more gentlemanly than my Tito's and tonic.
Cheers, buddy.
Just prepared for myself. It's going to be. I'm excited. This is going to be a fun episode. We're recording early tonight. The boys were cooperative.
Were.
Yeah. Silas is already back up, but you know.
Well, we'll get into it. But I went to my parents' house a little earlier, and on the way home from their house, both boys passed out. It was like 6:30. Grayson, if he falls asleep anytime after 5 o'clock, dude, he'll sleep through the night. Doesn't matter how early it is, right? Put him, and he's got a bunk bed now. So I had to carry him inside and then shift him like horizontally in my arms and then like bench press move, kind of like grab under the thigh and under the shoulders and lift him up onto his bed. Stayed asleep, dude. It was fucking baller.
That's incredible. I've thought about that. I remember being a kid and either myself being awake watching either my brother or sister get carried inside asleep in the car, or waking up getting carried in from the car. And I did wonder about that at one point, like how big did we get before they were like, hey, fucker, get up. Time to walk inside.
Yeah. Probably 6.
That's
Grayson's already more than half my height. So he's, wow. Pretty soon he's going to be up to the pec level, and then that's it for him. I'm not carrying him when his feet are kicking my knees.
Yeah, what's it like when he kind of like attacks you now? Like tries to wrestle with you? Is it starting to get a little stronger?
Well, we'll get into that too when we get to my parents, but he tried to murder me.
Oh, is there some of that
He tried to murder me tonight.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He tried to murder me tonight. Almost did it, so that was fun.
Speaking of murder, you were worried for my well-being.
Yeah, kind of. I was more worried for your phone's well-being. I thought you just maybe lost your phone.
Seems like something in quarantine, never leaving my house. I could pull that off.
Yeah, you and quick responder to texts does not go together in general, so I wasn't really that worried. I was like, I shot you a text last night because we were going to show prep for today's show, and I was like, 9 o'clock. I was like, hey, dude, if you want to show prep tonight, I can do Zoom or Teams, Microsoft Teams, because we're going to try to use that. Yeah, it'll work for higher video resolution. So I was like, yeah, why don't we try that out, see what's going on with it. I'll be up till midnight. Just hit me up. Didn't hear anything. It was midnight. I'm like, all right, I'm taking my ass to sleep.
Yeah, so here's the KC recap of the weekend. We were at my dad's house on Friday night to celebrate my sister's birthday, which is actually today as we sit here recording. But she was going home back to Maryland. So my dad texts early in the day, says, hey, I'm going to the package store. For all of you not in New England, that's the liquor store.
That was weird when I moved there.
It's the state store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just a packet or a liquor store in Utah?
Liquor store.
We talked about this. Yeah.
So
he was going to the package store to pick up anything anybody wanted, and this was like mid-morning. I was going down actually to the office for a little while, and I didn't know what I was gonna want, but my dad's got, like, you've been there, a beer fridge in the garage, right?
Yep.
Just full of all different kinds of everything. So my thought is, even if I don't want to drink tonight, I'll have him grab me a 6 or a 12 pack of something, put it in the fridge, and then, when we get back from the boat or we're out on the boat, whatever, I'll just have beer at his house.
Right.
So I said I'd like some Sam Adams Rebel IPA. Good chill beer I enjoy. And
good call.
Being my dad, the great guy that he is, he bought a 12 pack, not a 6 pack.
Hell yeah.
So hanging out at the house through before dinner, watching the draft, through dinner. Second round was on at the time. Had like 3 or 4 over a few hours, and my dad, again being the great guy that he is, he's like, "Hey, you can take some home if you want."
Mm-hmm.
Packed up the rest of that 12 pack into a bag, and off I went. And I came back here, and I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again with Patty Dix.
Oh boy!
And we had a lot of fun, DC. I'll tell you. And we had a lot of fun until the wee hours of the morning on Friday night into Saturday. And dude, I have like really changed my drinking. Like back in college, it was beer all the time with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And when I took that first 6 months off, when I lost all the weight and I didn't drink at all, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I came back and just started drinking Tito's and tonic because beer just ruins my stomach for at least a day.
Yep. Just
at least a day, and I've really avoided doing what I did. So
it's 5% alcohol, 95% shit. 95% sadness.
It's a great point. So Saturday was not a day of like a hangover, like my head was fine, but my stomach was just a mess. Nothing was great in any sense of the word, but I still felt like shit. So Saturday night, had some company, ordered some food, got a burger and some wings. I was like, that's going to be some good saturation.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to drink tonight. Going to feel great. Going to feel great tomorrow. And I ate that big-ass meal, DC, and about 7:30, from the beer the night before, just the physical just shit I felt all day, I slept from about 7:30 until 1 a.m. Straight through your text messages, straight through the trivia with my sister, straight through our prep. Oh, yeah, straight through Patty Dix texting me, wanted to play Red Dead again. No, I slept through every single piece of all of that.
Well, I wasn't really that worried until the next morning. Until this morning, I sent you a text at like 9:30, something like that, maybe 8:30. I was like, you should probably be awake. I was like, hey, bro, you alive? I was like, after an hour, still no text. I was like, I'm texting Ginger. Like, she'll know. If she doesn't know, she'll find out.
Sure.
I was like, is your brother alive? She's like, as of yesterday, was very much alive. Is there something I should know? It's like, no. Just tell him his boyfriend's pissed at him if you hear from him.
I heard that, yes. It's hilarious. Yeah, no, she knew I was alive because it was past midnight, obviously, when I woke up, and I didn't want to text you because I figured you were in bed already, and I had blown off our prep, so I was like, I'll fucking let you sleep. But I did text her because she had texted me about some trivia stuff, and I was like, hey, sorry I missed, I fell asleep. So she knew I was alive.
Yeah.
And well rested, DC.
Well, I probably would have been. Yeah, it sounds like it, dude. I went to bed at midnight only because I had a tea time at 7:30 at the local course because I wanted to go hit 9 solo and just really work out my distances with the new irons, right? Because last week was just fucking god awful atrocious. My game was so bad. I was just so pissed at myself. I was like, I need to get that out of my system. So scheduled tea time. I go in, and I'm there like an hour early, right? I get there at like 6:30, and the lady's like, "Oh, you're just doing 9?" I was like, "Yeah." "By yourself?" "Yeah." "Oh, well, you can shotgun hole 10 if you want." I was like, "Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never played the back 9, so I don't want to throw another variable into my fucking game. I would rather play the front 9 so I know distances." Kind of. Like, I know the layout of the course.
And you can compare to what you hit last time with old clubs.
Correct. So I wasn't thrilled about it, but I said, you know what? I would rather not have anybody in front of me so I can play at my pace, and more importantly, not have anybody behind me. So if I hit the shit out of some, shank the shit out of a ball, I can just toss another one down, not count it on the scorecard, but get that out of my system and really work on my clubs, right? So I said, yep, I'll do that. I hit the best 9 holes that I've hit in maybe 4 or 5 years. It was incredible. The worst score I had on any hole was a double bogey, and that only happened twice. And I had no birdies, but I had three pars and ended up with 7 over through 9.
Nice, dude.
I've had better scores than that, but I've never hit a more consistently good 9 holes. You know, like I didn't have one single triple bogey or a blow up. So I was fucking thrilled, right? I have to give the credit to you. Because in my ear was the Calhoun show. I had to get caught up. Yes, I had to get caught up on the Calhoun show because I had the WrestleMania episode that I hadn't listened to yet. And I had half of your pre-draft analysis with, obviously, with DC 2.0. They both were. But
they all are, yes.
They all are, right. It's kind of the thing. But I needed, whenever I would golf at the University of Utah course, I would walk 9 just by myself after class. Because I had the season pass, whatever. It was like $50. And then every 9 holes was $1. Golfed every fucking day, at least 9 holes. So I would go out and I would just have Bob Marley in the ears or whatever, just something chill so I could get out of my own fucking head and just play the ball. I was listening to your takes on Isaiah Simmons, my new favorite player, by the way. I love it. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm okay. We're gonna do some sports talk tonight.
Good. But yeah, listen to that and hit just a fucking clean 9 holes. I feel better about my distances now than I ever have. Those graphite shafts, dude, are like swinging air. I've got my 20 yards of club right back, and it feels fantastic. Awesome. My back doesn't hurt because I'm not trying to just swing the shit out of it. It's looking up. Very happy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm very excited to get back out at some point soon.
Yeah.
They're still letting people walk out and play here, but yeah, we're close. We're close. I think like a week or 2 away.
Isn't there like a mandatory mask order in Connecticut now? If you're out in public, like you have to wear one.
That's on. That's on my list of topics for tonight. Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's do it, please.
It hit me the other day. I was parking the car at the grocery store. Started walking in. And, you know, I've been living here for like 4 years now. I go in the same grocery store all the time.
Right.
You notice when there's like a bunch of different new signs taped up to the front door. And I noticed it from halfway across the parking lot. Like, oh, I know what those are going to say.
Cannot come in without a mask.
And I'm ill-prepared. Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
So I had to turn my ass around, come home, text my dad to ask him if he had any, which he did. And he left a couple for me in his garage, and I drove 15 minutes over there and grabbed them and went to the store the next day. But yeah, no, most places now you have to have a mask on if you're going to go in. In the grocery store, I'm walking around with a mask, and I realized this is like the greatest thing ever in one sense, because until there's mask police, I'm not going to put it over my nose because you can't make me. I'm just going to play the part here, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to cover my mouth because you told me I have to, but I'm not going to play along. And so now, like, if I'm just like standing there and I want to yawn in public like a psychopath, you know what it looks like, DC? Just like that. Nothing. I like masks because it also just everyone stays away from each other now. It's really that part's awesome too.
That part is pretty great.
I couldn't enjoy that more.
Did they have arrows taped to the floor of each aisle?
Yeah. Oh, everything's one way. But right now I have like I had a crutch a week ago, but now I'm limping a little bit still if I'm going long distances. So I just don't care. I'll be like, yeah, listen, I fucked up my day. Shut up. I'm just going to go halfway up this aisle and not listen to you. And then in like 2 weeks when I'm totally back to 100%, I'm going to do it still because I, again, don't care.
Right. Yeah, that's a good policy.
Yeah.
It's looking like May 1st for opening up a lot of things around here, like business-wise, government business-wise. So hopefully the DMV is available to me May 1st. But if not, dude, my next door neighbor does landscaping, and he saw me doing yard work. He's like, dude, I'm swamped. If you ever need like 6 hours of work, I pay like $120 a day. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll keep that in the back pocket. So
absolutely.
Yeah, buddy.
Speaking of things reopening, DC.
Yes.
I have part 1 of 2 cringeworthy items for the week that I want to present to you right now.
Okay.
If you would go to the show drive,
okay,
and click on the KC folder on the main page, if you would.
Casey folder of the main page. I am there. Okay.
There's 2 images. I would like you to click on 2375.
Okay.
And go ahead and read that and let me know if you agree with those bullet points and if they make sense.
Okay. The first places open for regular business should be government buildings and offices, starting in D.C. If the White House isn't doing public tours, then the rest of the country is not ready to open. The rest of the country doesn't hold as high of a security standard, first of all, as the White House does. So holding the public to any sort of standard that the White House has is stupid right off the bat. If your state's Capitol building, Capitol building is not open to the public, then the rest of your state is not ready to open. Okay. Is this somebody who just like wrote this like as their hot take, or is this actually okay? If your governor,
it's a Facebook meme. I don't know what it is.
Okay, thank God. I thought you found this at like cdc.org or something. Or cdc.gov. If your governor is not out shaking hands and kissing babies, then it's 2 with 1 O soon for the rest of us. It's always too soon to be kissing other people's babies.
Yeah, like
even for governors.
Can we all agree that when it's time to all go back, it's probably not going to be yet safe enough to kiss other people's children?
Well, I mean, it's most safe to kiss them. It's not safe to kiss people's grandparents, but that's not a thing for governors to do.
Sure, but for the grandparents, yeah. No, yes. Yeah, for the grandparents, they should probably still stay home.
I mean, it's just weird. If your city's courthouse and mayor's office aren't open for regular business, then your city is not ready. Now, listen to me.
That one's okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Your city's courthouse should never be closed to business, because guess who has to decide whether or not you are within your constitutional right? The courthouse.
That's a good point.
If you're getting arrested for protesting your governor's mandatory lockdown orders, you kind of need the court open. Otherwise, you're just sitting in jail with no bail forever, or until it reopens. So that one I disagree with. And if the governing body and lawmakers aren't ready to take those risks, then what does that tell you? That they're pussies. What are you talking about? All right, that was cringy. That was real cringy. I hated that.
It's not nearly as cringy as my next one. And by the way,
do you want to save that one, or do you want to do that one next?
If you're ready, we can do them now. I do want to just say, I don't know if this individual listens, because I get most of these from personal Facebook friends. Okay. One of my favorite people on the planet shared both of my cringes this week. And I think it's, you got bad takes. So, not going to out you, but bad takes. So, we're gonna go through them now. The other one, DC, this one. This one is a gold mine. Okay. Go for it. You can open up the other image there. If you would.
Let me grab the other one. And then I'm going to do a cringe live. I'm going to scan Facebook until I find one, because it's not hard. Like, especially now.
Yeah, if you want. Do you want me to read this cringe to you while you are scanning? You just got to,
I'll do my best, but I will listen. Yeah.
All right, DC. Here we go. I'm confused. Big type at the top. And we have a lot of things highlighted here. I think you'll be able to kind of tell the highlighted parts without me pointing it out. Doesn't really matter. I'm confused, DC. You say it's your right to protest, but you get angry when Kaepernick takes a knee. Now just to pause, I love that start, because we are going down the COVID-19 hole here, but we led with Kaepernick here.
Dude, there's no context to that. Like, there's no nuance. Like, every protest is equal. Like, it's so dumb. The whole pretext of that is so dumb. They're like, oh yeah, every protest is protesting about the same thing and worth the same amount of our time.
Sure.
That's ridiculous.
Now, so just kind of take all of these one by one into the whole group that we're I want to know what the point is here. You say your body is your own, but you get angry at a woman who demands the same. You are against abortion, saying every life is precious, yet you are willing to sacrifice your parents and grandparents for the economy.
Right, because the economy is just not made up of people, of human lives. It doesn't affect human lives, so it's like just stab the economy all you want. It's fine. It won't affect any fucking life. What idiots.
Here's my favorite part of this one. because this one is 100% patently never happened. It's just simply not happened. It's made up, and it's great.
Okay.
You claim coronavirus is fake, yet you're wearing a mask, gown, and gloves.
Those people aren't claiming that it's fake at all.
And even the ones that are not wearing anything.
Idiots.
No one that has claimed it's fake is wearing anything to protect themselves. Why would they? You say healthcare is a privilege, but you want your COVID-19 hospitalization covered. And DC, I know you have a thought here.
Say that one again. Sorry, I found mine.
Yeah, you say healthcare is a privilege, but you want your COVID-19 hospitalization covered. Do you want to save that for when we get to the responses?
No.
Because you did put that on the pick list.
Yeah, let's just do that specific one, because I don't need to go over anybody's answers, really. I just want to explain myself on that one.
Okay.
Yes or no, if somebody who's protesting the lockdowns catches COVID, do they have, should they get to receive medical attention for the COVID that they caught because they were being so negligent? Yes or no? If you said no, I thought, this was my wager, that you were probably in the camp that they deserve it for being stupid redneck hillbillies. And those people in that camp are the same ones that are yelling that healthcare is a right. So I wanted to have kind of a gotcha on that one. And it went over the heads of two people that said no. But one third person, I think it was Dick Mountain, said no, they don't deserve it. And then in the why is healthcare not a right, they just wrote, damn it.
DC,
but
last one.
Here's the thing that drives me the most crazy about that whole thing. The people yelling, first of all, about the protesters and how stupid they are because they're going to catch it. Don't you want them to? Like, isn't that the whole thing? Like, if they're so stupid, if they're such fucking redneck hillbillies that aren't on your level of intelligence, isn't a deadly disease the thing that you exactly want for them? That logic doesn't hold true to me. And then the second part of that is the Trump Lysol or whatever, ingesting or injecting disinfectant into you, which he didn't say, first of all. And he's not a doctor. So when he comes on the microphone and starts saying anything medical...
When he comes on the microphone, he should wash it.
Burn. Yeah, he should burn it. When he gets on the microphone and says anything medical in nature, you should just tune out. You shouldn't give it any weight. But they're so intent on getting every single gotcha on that guy that when he said you should use disinfectant as a measure of curing yourself or whatever the fuck he said, I didn't even watch it. If those people are so enamored by Trump, if they worship Trump as that kind of a demigod, and they follow that advice, who the fuck cares? Why do you care? Why are you upset by that? Why are you trying to help these people? Those are the exact people that you want to inject themselves with bleach, aren't they? Like, that logic does not make any sense to me. And it's because I think the more and more I see my friends on the left, like through Facebook and celebrities on the left, on Twitter and Instagram and that kind of shit, like, the more it makes me not want to associate at all with even the parts of myself that are like socially liberal and all that kind of stuff, where I'm just like, yeah, I feel that way, but I'm never going to say that, and I'm never going to back you up because you're such fucking clowns. Like, you don't think anything through, and you cry about everything. And, you know, the fiscally conservative and to some degree socially conservative side of me, where every man for himself kind of is because I do not see myself as a weak person. I can provide for my family, and I can provide for those who are weaker than me if I need to. And I'm happy to do that. So for all these crazy takes on Trump, I just think they're so blinded, like orange blind by this guy, that every single thing he says, they just have to like, oh, gotcha. It's like, no, just let it ride. Let these people do these stupid things, which nobody's going to do. It's the first thing on a Lysol bottle. Like, if you get it in your fucking eyes, they tell you to go to the hospital. You think people are going to just start, like, tapping, like grabbing a fucking syringe and a spoon, heat it up in a spoon, and just fucking idiots. So, yeah, that got me heated.
If the spoon thing's going to happen, it's going to happen in Florida.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
They'll test it in Haiti first, and then they'll bring it into Florida.
The last bullet point here, DC, is great. Like, just the first 5 words are awesome because it's a great setup to whatever could come next. You say socialism is bad, yet your hand is out for a stimulus check, unemployment benefits, and you wait in line at a food bank. What you say confuses me. Cringing? You got douche chills a little bit there? Because I do.
It's awful. It's awful.
So
I hate it. I hate every part of it.
All right, what you said you found yours live.
Mm-hmm. This is a take that has been since day one, but just to see it in meme form, that like it's still being passed on at this point in the coof is really just driving me nuts.
You taught me that term today. I didn't know what coof was.
Yeah, I thought everybody knew that. I don't know. I'm all up on the YouTubes. So this person put a meme out that says, "I'm not afraid of catching it. I'm afraid of passing it to someone who isn't strong enough to fight it." What the fuck are they doing out then? You have to determine for yourself your risk management.
Yes.
If they've decided that they're okay to come out, then they deserve to catch it.
Dude, literally,
you morons.
I go out to the store. I don't wear gloves. I come home. I wash my hands because I'm supposed to, right? Mm-hmm. I don't touch my face until I've done that. Once I'm home, I touch my face because I washed my hands and now I'm in my house. So whatever, fuck off. Yep. So even though I'm doing those things, I'm not going to my grandmother's house because I don't want her to get sick. I could carry it and not know it. So I just don't go there. And she doesn't leave her house because we won't let her because we don't want her to die.
Thank you. And that's what's called self-responsibility.
And that's why when I walk in Denny's to pick up my breakfast order, I grab that motherfucking handle and I feel good about it because I'm not going to go to my grandmother's house. So it's going to be fine.
Right. I go to Target and I just grab any old cart. I'll grab one out of the parking lot that hasn't been disinfected yet. Because you know what? Not even 1% of the population has it. And of those that have it, a small percentage will die. Not me, not my family, and I'm not going around to any grandparents' house because they live the fucking Utah. My parents are probably the most at-risk people that I deal with, and we're in and out of their house all the time because they don't care either.
Yep. It's so overreactionary.
It's ridiculous.
And the whole, I get it. It is serious for those people. Stay the fuck at home.
Right. And this person that posted this is some girl in her 20s. Is she going around just going inside people's houses? The people that are most at risk to catch it? Like that concept makes no sense to me. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to tell other people who are not at risk for dying with this thing to stay at home because they might infect somebody who, what the fuck are they doing out? Why are they out? That just, it makes me so angry.
Yeah. Until everyone can stay at home for the same 2 weeks all in a row, it just, everything's a reset. Every time you leave the house, your little 2 week, whatever quarantine shit you've done is just reset every time. Mm-hmm. So unless everyone's going to stay home for 2 straight weeks all together, all at the same time, then everyone that's going to die, stay the fuck at home.
Exactly.
And everybody else, please do what you need to do to have a roof and food. So because this is silly.
This I've got a second cringe for you. Because I just thought of it. It was the same person who I got this one from, and I had a back and forth with them. So I'm going to go through this because I thought it was hilarious.
Awesome.
Here's the meme that they reposted from somebody. It's not a meme. It's just a post. This girl, Alyssa Defendi, I don't know who that is, but she sounds Italian and stupid, said, "I'm going to be a bit provocative here. Anyone arguing that only 1 to 2% of the population dying isn't a big deal and is concerned about their freedom to get back to normal needs to identify 1 or 2 family members or close friends they are willing to offer up to death. First of all, you said only 1 to 2%. Now you're going to say 1 to 2 family members? That's not 1 to 2%. That might be like 30% of some people's close friends and family. So already you're an idiot.
75 for me.
Yeah, right? 1 to 2 family members or close friends they're willing to offer up to death to save the economy or regain their freedom. Name them. Say them aloud with the same ease you offer up or dismiss someone else's friend or family member. So
which cousin do you want me to? Which cousin do I name first?
Right. So I was
I'm gonna
the
go back
first
to
one
work on Monday.
I was the first one to write back to her with the complete checkmate. Myself.
Ooh. Okay. So just
to which, yeah. Have a fucking backbone. I'll offer up myself to save the economy or my family's freedom. So how about that, you fucking lib? So she clicks the laughing emoji in response to it, thinking that I was like joking, like, oh, kill myself. So then I wrote back, I said, no, I'm serious. I'd sacrifice my life if it meant the well-being and betterment of my family. Your turn. Which 40% of families you know are you willing to lose their lives and well-being to economic depression to save the weakest 1%? People flipped the fuck out that I said the weakest 1% because truth is fucking hard sometimes. It's horrible to admit that the weakest are the ones that are going to die from this. Why? Because they're fucking weak. That's not me saying a judgment of them. That's just objectively the weakest will die. The weakest will also die of pneumonia. Exactly. The weakest will also die of pneumonia. Does that mean they're a shit person? No, they're probably a great person. Actually, they're probably not a great person, but they're probably fine.
Most people aren't.
Most people are terrible people that I wish would catch the coof. But the point is, this lady got on and she was like, how dare you call those people who maybe have lost their lives weak? It's like,
well, they did.
I'm like, you know? I mean, like, what do you say?
What do you say?
What do you say to
that?
So here's what I said to that. I said, oh yeah, there she goes. Wait. Oh, they responded back. This person's really old. They don't understand how threads work. So they started a new thread after my comment. She goes, the weakest 1%? 4 question marks. Like, I got it. You didn't need 4. What a horrible way to define those who have died from this virus. Sad emoji. And then I said, Teresa, this is the lady's name, of course. Truth is horrible sometimes. It's true and sad at the same time. The elderly and those with health issues are the weakest and succumbing to the virus. Same as the flu, same as pneumonia. Still sad, still life. Shutting down the world will not stop a single person from dying. In general, everybody's going to fucking die, Teresa, but it will cause much more problems long term. She goes, Dan, I don't know you and you don't know me. Therefore, I will not keep this thread going. All right, High Road, you wouldn't understand how this has affected my life personally. Yeah, because you're not going to keep the thread going, you fucking coward. I will respect your right to your opinions, and in return, I request that perhaps you can reconsider how you further refer to those who have lost their life to this sad circumstance. I wrote back, I will reconsider that. It's too much. Ugh. It's just too much.
I wonder if there's like male counterparts to her that are like UFC fans that protest when like an 0-12 fighter gets cut off the roster. The UFC's like, yeah, we're releasing him. He's just not very good. It's like, how dare you say he's not good? He tries every day.
Well, he sucks. How dare you?
He's been knocked out 12 fights and he's fought in 12 rounds. I don't care.
He's got a combined 3 minutes of professional fighting.
How dare you? He's a weak fighter. How dare you call him weak? How dare you?
Yeah, I fucking can't deal with these people, dude. But
no, it sounds like
I keep doing it because it's very fun. They need a dose of shut the fuck up in their lives. You know, they could really do with listening to this podcast, I think. Everybody could.
Yeah, I was going to say we all need a dose of shut the fuck up, and everyone could benefit from this podcast. That's for sure.
Dude, so guerrilla marketing with two goddamn gentlemen. If you go on YouTube, there's some live streamers that are pretty big, you know, that get like 10,000 plus people watching their show every single night. And one of them that I listen to that I've talked about before is Ricada Media, or Ricada Law. And he talks about hilarious legal battles and funny court cases and shit like that, and just gets sloppy drunk while he reads through court cases. It's hilarious. But he has a live audience, like I said, and he will read super chats. It's part of the YouTube contract that if somebody pays you to read a comment, you have to read it, unless it's like it needs censorship or something like that. Sure. But pretty much verbatim.
But that's so. Do they have mods on YouTube like they do on like Twitch and other streaming sites where they?
Yeah, they've got Autobots that wouldn't let me say cuck, so I had to spell it with a K, like Kuck. You know, because I want to make sure everyone knew two goddamn gentlemen, no cucks.
Of course,
it's very important. So, basically, this whole thing, I've been sending him super chats.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've been sending him super chats, like 3 or 4 of them last week alone, where like every night it's just like a quick, you know, that Super Bowl commercial that was, it wasn't GoDaddy.com, but it was something simple like that. There was like go.com or something, and it was just a black background with www.go.com, and it was a 10-second ad, and that was it. That's all it was. It was no endorsement, nothing, just that. And it crashed the servers, obviously, right? It was so popular because everybody was like, what the fuck is this? So my first super chat was, hey, Nick, which is the guy's name, two goddamn gentlemen, watch for it. So he reads it, and he's like, okay. And I was like, yes, got him. He's going to remember that. So the next night, I come in and I go, Nick, two goddamn gentlemen are coming. That's not an innuendo and not a grammar mistake. Watch for it. So he reads it, and he was out of it that night. So he just reads right through it. But I knew his audience had heard it. So third night, he's on with his buddy Drexel, this big, huge black dude that cucks the shit out of these nerds in Minnesota. And, like, literally. And...
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And he gets on, and I sent him the third one. I said, two goddamn gentlemen, no cucks, watch for it. He reads it, and his friend Drexel's like, what? And Nick's like, yeah, I think it's a comic. I think it's a comic that's coming out, because he deals a lot with like comic book creators and shit like that, like this last week. So he thought that's what it was about. But I've piqued the interest. Like, he's making guesses as to like what it is. And so my next super chat tomorrow night, I think, is going to be, I don't know, maybe we'll combine our heads on what we should do for that one. But we've got his interest piqued. I think we need to set the record straight. It is not a fucking nerd ass comic.
Yeah, we said no cucks.
Perfect. There you go.
Not only cucks.
Yeah. Cucksonly.com.
Can that be our website?
Cucksonly.com?
Yes.
Yes. That can redirect to our site. Yes.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. You want to get into your family visit where you were murdered almost?
Yeah, why don't we get into that? Let me get back over to our show prep here. There we are. Yeah.
Cucksonly.com.
So my parents had us over for dinner tonight. Early dinner, like 3 o'clock, right? My dad was grilling. And so the boys wanted to go swimming. Like, hell yeah, let's go swimming. So I get the boys in their swimsuits and their little floaty vests or whatever. They start throwing all the pool noodles and pool toys in the pool. I jump in, and I'm throwing them up in the air and all that kind of stuff. And Silas is asking me to get him like this little squeeze pool toy that shoots water out of like all these different holes in it. So it's fun to throw like a Frisbee, and water goes everywhere. So I'm going over and grabbing it for him. And I grab it and turn around. I go back to give it to him. And I'm like treading water because it's deeper than, Silas wants to go. Even though he can float he can't touch anywhere. But he knows that's the deep end because it's not where the stairs are, so he doesn't want to go over there. And so I go over, I grab it. I'm about to swim back over, and Gray just jumps on my back from the side of the pool. Just like jumps right on me and grabs me like around the neck. And he's like, "Ha!" And I was like, "Fuck!" Like if he didn't have his floaties on, I might have had to like Navy walk along the bottom of the pool up to like where I could get back. I was like, "Good one, son." And you can't get mad at him, he wasn't trying to hurt me, but I was like, "All right, buddy, you got to be careful. You got to make sure Dad's watching when you jump to him," because I was not ready for that. He's like, "Yeah, no shit. I was trying to ambush you, you idiot."
That was an attack. That's what that was.
So that was how my day started off at their house. My dad got a new car. It's so sexy, dude. The Chrysler 300S.
Okay, I'm going to look it up while you talk.
The 300C came out in like 2002, something like that. And it was when Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep merged together. So Chrysler got the benefit of a whole bunch of like design from Dodge engine-wise. And they put this V8 Hemi in a mobster car. The 300C
nice. What color do you get?
White.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Dude, this thing has so much get up and go. I took it for a spin around the neighborhood. Oh my God. I want it. I want it so bad.
Not yours.
He gets a new car like every like year or two because he always goes leases. And this car, I don't think he's going to be giving up. I think he's going to probably buy this one, maybe get another one. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm like, dude, I got past 75% of owning my car.
Nice.
Almost there.
Hell yeah.
Slowly but surely. Just about a year out. July, I'm 12 months out. July.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And,
sweet, congrats.
Yeah, fucking adult stuff. Awful.
Yeah, I know.
It's the worst part about that is thinking, wow, 4 years ago I settled and bought this car instead of the one I wanted.
That's right. What were you going to get instead?
Subaru WRX, but I could not afford it on the lumberyard salary, which was equal to or greater than my real life one. So yeah, it's all going good.
But there was no upside to that.
It's not really equal to or greater than, but boy, is it too close. Boy, is it too fucking close. There should be a vast difference in the pay scale, and there's not.
But the perks, man. The
perks. I would be at the lumberyard working instead of working from here. Dude, my entire life right now is just sitting around at a work laptop or sitting at this computer or playing video games. Right? Like I was doing daily walks to start the month, and then I fucked the knee up. So It just swells up worse at night if I do a lot on it. So I'm trying to rest it and stretch and do all the stuff I'm supposed to do with like the elastic band and things. But like I don't want to like go walk around and make my knee worse. So
yeah, sure.
My life is nothing right now. Nothing going on. I'm just here.
That's sad.
It is, man. It really is a fucking bummer.
Do you know who else's life is like nothing right now? Kim Jong Un's.
Yep, his is more nothing.
Yeah.
This is vastly more nothing than mine. My life seems like a legitimate party compared to his life.
Dude, so once he dies, his sister takes over, right? And there's morons on Twitter saying, North Korea is going to get a female leader before the U.S. Think about that. I'm like, yeah.
Yep, good point.
That's going to go well. That's going to go great for them. Watch.
Is her name like Steve? Because his name was Kim? They did just do everything backwards over
I think
there?
so. Yeah.
Okay.
David. I think her name is David. David Jong-im.
Ah, perfect. Well,
yeah.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah. Oh my God. So that's fantastic. Oh, so after dinner at my parents' house, we were on our way home, and Southwife needed something in CVS. So we pull over, and she goes inside, and I'm sitting in the car. The boys are asleep in the back seat, and I'm just like, yes, I'm going to get an early podcast in tonight. They're going to go right to bed. This is fantastic. I look to my right, and The dude in the car next to me has his phone out like this in front of him, doing the whole selfie thing, but making this face.
So his tongue out?
Yeah, like tongue pushing against his cheek and then pushing it like out of his mouth, like flicking his cheek with it. And I just I'm like, nope, I'm going to keep looking at you, dude. I'm going to make sure you know that I saw what you're doing. Keep that shit to yourself in private. What are you doing? So I just kept looking at him, and he saw me, and he does one of these. He's like, like didn't look at me, just like looks forward. Then his girlfriend or wife or mom or whatever, whoever it was, comes out of CVS wearing a mask. He doesn't have one on because he's in the car, but that doesn't stop people. Amazingly, being in your own car with your own family members will not stop people from still having a mask on.
Dude, you see people driving around with the gloves on? It's my favorite fucking thing in the world. My brother, literally being a cook, he's like screaming at me the other night. He's like, it's cross-contamination. I was like, I understand what it is. They're fucking retarded. What do you want from me?
Yep.
Not me. I'm not doing it.
They're idiots. So she gets in the car, and they don't take off right away. So I kind of like look back over. I'm like, what are they doing? And she is sitting in the passenger seat with her shoe in her hand, disinfecting the bottom of her shoe with a wipe.
She's already in the car, though?
Yes, she's already in the car.
So she's already stepped in the car.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she did like the whole like take off your golf cleats before you get sitting on the side. But nevertheless, like she's still like grabbed her own shoe with her hand and like wiped it off. And I'm like, dude, I hope like the people that are the most safe are the ones that won't catch it. It's the exact catch-22 opposite for me. The ones that I want to catch it the most won't. And I'm complaining that they won't catch it. Whereas the people who are going to catch it, the left is complaining about how they should catch it.
So are these two people married, dating? Can you tell?
I would guess married.
Yeah, they either have or will have extremely stupid and useless children. He's making the tongue face at his phone in a parking lot, and she's wiping her shoes with Lysol.
Yep.
That's
her
strong
flip-flops. Her flip-flops,
she's wearing
dude.
Flip-flops. That's the best part. She's wearing flip-flops. That's awesome.
I'm like,
the
whole top of your foot.
Yeah,
you are flipping. You're flipping COVID germs onto the backs of your fucking legs as you walk.
Oh, she rules. She's my favorite person of the week. Do we have a week MVP segment? Let's do that. She's the week.
We can.
MVP.
Once we have two goddamn gentlemen, we'll nominate honorary gentleman of the week.
She's it.
Yeah.
She's the honorary gentleman.
We salute you, idiot.
Oh my god. Do you have any more stuff from the week before we jump into some listener responses, DC?
Nah, just the draft. It was finally some sports in my life. I loved it. Every minute of it.
John Lynch, your GM, is a hell of an executive, man.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Joe Staley's like, I have to retire. Bam, get Trent Williams right away.
Yep.
Trade DeForest Buckner and get the stud Kinlaw defensive lineman, right?
Yep. Dude, he's a
same
monster.
Pick for way cheaper.
Him and Bosa, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch him and Bosa just run through people. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, your defensive line is disgusting. The Giants made every effort in the world to finally fix the offensive line in terms of protecting DJ and Saquon and allowing that to run the offense. So hopefully it worked, and I'm pretty happy with what the Giants did too.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on Jordan Love? You obviously pay far more attention to
I think it sucks. I think it sucks for him having to sit behind Rodgers, but if you're the Packers, I think it's a brilliant move because
the Scotch is giving DC the hiccups.
No, only beer gives me the hiccups. Liquor doesn't. Wine doesn't. Only beer. I think it's the carbonation combination. But Jordan Love is, and I mean anybody who compares to Patrick Mahomes is a worse Patrick Mahomes. But Jordan Love is that dynamic type of quarterback.
Pretty good.
Who did what he did in the Mountain West Conference. So you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because the defenses he's going up against are not as good. However, Utah State generally out of conference gets big names. They play LSU, they play Auburn, they play Tennessee, they play those types of teams. So you get to see kind of what he can do against good defenses, but for the most part, his numbers are against lesser defenses. That being said, he's also putting up crazy stats with lesser receivers, lesser tools around him. So I'm excited to see what what he can do, but I think it'll be years down the road, and maybe not with the Packers, depending on how that whole thing goes.
Could be a Garoppolo situation where Rodgers just plays through his rookie contract and they move forward with Rodgers if he's still that good. But they moved on from Favre, so I feel like when Rodgers is up in 22, it'll be Love's turn.
I hope Rodgers treats Love like Favre treated Rodgers. Because that like turned him into a fucking monster.
I feel like he will. And for those of you, by the way, dude, how bad are we at promoting what we do? Patreon.com/KCDCEVW to watch the video version of this podcast, where all of our patrons are viewing it.
Cheers.
I was going to put because we do, you guys are probably sitting there like, if you just are listening to the podcast for the first time, and DC's like, and he made this face, and they were like, what? You made what face? Patreon.com.
Made what face? Yeah.
Patreon.com. My brother wore the Rodgers jersey to the Giants-Packers game we went to last year, and he still has it, because I was going to put it up. I do have the cheese head up there.
There you go.
But
nice.
I was going to prominently feature the Rodgers jersey behind me.
I appreciate the swapping of jerseys throughout the week.
Yeah, nice. And it's not always going to be jerseys. I'm going to try to treat that space kind of like the Woody Page chalkboard on old Around the Horn, and just have all kinds of different stuff appear in that space. Sometimes it'll be blank, sometimes it'll be a New Jersey, but I think I only have like 20 jerseys, so I'll run out of those pretty quick.
Yeah.
I used to get
I'm going to do that with my hat. Like sometimes I'll wear my hat like that. Sometimes I'll wear my hat like that. You know.
I ordered a new Giants hat.
Did you really?
My brother and I were texting during the draft, and we were texting about the draft hats because they were cool looking. They were the black on black or white on white. Most of them were cool looking. Some of them were awful. But my brother was like, "Those are cool as shit." And he and I talked about weeks ago, like, our birthdays are 4 days apart. You're not working, right? Like, he got furloughed for now. So let's just fucking chill and go eat dinner with the family. That's a good enough birthday gift for each other.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, "This hat's dope." And I was like, "What size?" "I'm getting it for you. That sounds awesome. And I want the Giants one, but my fucking head's too big." But
I
DC,
saw that tweet.
this Giants hat here is, I think, 11 years old. Like, there's pictures of Patty Dix in college wearing my hoodie, which was 8 sizes too big, and this hat when it was, like, not new.
What are you, an 8?
That was, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a 5/8, I think.
7 5/8, yeah. That's, I think, what they went up to with those draft hats, but they didn't go up to 8. But either way, I bought a new Giants hat. That way I'll actually have a new hat to wear on the podcast, because you can actually see this is disgusting. Like, this hat's dirty.
You done work in it.
Lumberyard. It was, yeah.
That was my San Francisco plaid hat. Dude, I wore that fucking everywhere, and I wore it all through the overnight freight years at the Home Depot. So I'm pretty sure, like, there is man-made concrete with my sweat and the concrete dust that I had to deal with in the back every night.
I believe that.
Ugh.
I had a hat that I wore at the lumberyard. It was a white hat. I think it's probably still in this house somewhere. I'll find it. But it was a Giants hat that was blue and white. And by the time I was done there, because I worked in the warehouse in the propane tank lifts, and because we had a few gas lifts, but I was in a propane lift. The propane dust that like, it just puts a film on everything. The hat was legit black by the time I was done. It was just a black hat. And I was like, "Oh, I'm breathing that. Good. Yeah. Good. This is healthy."
I love to see that. All right, so just
like
one more take.
I cleaned the surface yesterday, and it's it's built up a lot again since that point.
I have 2 takes from the draft that I want to go over.
Sure.
Number 1, Utah drafted the 5th most players from any school. Fucking
Cheers.
Awesome. Dude, they're killing it, and they just had their best recruiting class in school history. So we're going to be seeing a lot more talent flow into the NFL. And a lot more good talent from high school coming to try to get to the NFL. There were, I think, 3 or 4 of our guys that we sent this year specifically who said, yeah, I molded over and Utah was my number one choice specifically because it was the best path to the NFL. They've put up more NFL players than any other school in the Pac-12 over the last 4 years, and that's competing with Oregon, Washington, and USC. So
it's pretty impressive.
Fucking stoked about that. Not as stoked as I am about BYU getting zero drafted this year, KC. 7 Utah, 7, 0 BYU. In fact, BYU has sent 6 players to the NFL through the draft in the last 10 years. We outdrafted them this weekend. Get fucked.
Take that, BYU.
Take that, you fuckers. All right, and on a last note, teams that drafted more players than BYU.
This is the second point of your 2 takes?
Yes.
They're both BYU related.
That's right. James Madison, Lenoir Rhine, Liberty, the fucking Christian school, Liberty. Let's
Isn't BYU
see
a
here.
Christian school?
Yeah. BYU is, they say they're a Christian school. It could be argued, I suppose. Southern Illinois, St. John's, Minnesota.
Yeah, but they're a powerhouse.
Yeah. In D3.
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota. And most embarrassingly, last but not least, UConn also had one.
God damn it, he was drafted by the Giants. It's one of our new tackles.
Take that, Giants. Oh shit. So it was a fantastic draft for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I watched so much of it. I watched way more of the draft than I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, dude. I think all 10 players on the Utes that were eligible for the draft were either drafted or signed as undrafted signees.
That's awesome.
Yeah, buddy.
DC, let's jump into some listener responses here.
Yep.
You had a few different questions on this week's pick list. Let's see.
We're gonna do it March. We're gonna do it March style. Funniest wins the week, and then we'll just filter it down from there. We don't have to go over everybody's names that said everything. These are just our favorites. But
when the coronavirus hoax is finally passed, what will you have missed doing the most?
Like how I just snuck that in there.
Yes. The hoax part, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. I'll be excited to return to my park bench as my restraining order from the local child's park would have finally lapsed. Doesn't have anything to do with coronavirus, but good on you.
Congrats on the anniversary.
Yeah.
Let's see. Falling for hoaxes.
That's a good one.
Sitting naked in a sauna to let my balls breathe.
Go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
You're fine. Come on, everyone should have the same answer. Drinking at a bar with others. Sure. Not too bad. This person I don't think understood the question. What will you have missed doing the most? Projects at home.
I like to think he's just making a list of projects to do once the coronavirus thing is over.
Yeah. He's he's protesting the stay at home by not doing anything that he should be doing at home.
He's like trying to live the 600-pound life where you just are on the couch. You just don't move. You just stay there and people bring you things and you just shit underneath you and be fine with it.
Most people, when they read, what will you have missed doing the most? It's the things that you're not allowed to do now. He's thinking of himself in the future, what he'll miss the most from staying at home. Like he's in a dreamland right now. He loves it.
We got a couple more. My routine hasn't really changed, but jerking off with a mask on is kind of great, so I'm going to keep rolling with it. Plus, it catches some of the bull's gift.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can guess who that one was. Standing way too close to the hot chick in line.
I feel that.
There you go.
Sure. How many new friends would you say you've made since March 15th?
Most people said none.
Sure.
A few people have been on the internet too much.
Yeah, there's a couple answers that are similar here.
This person said 3, internet pimp.
Sure.
Okay. I don't think they know what that word means based on, factors. But 3, but they had masks on. So are they truly friends?
Are they really friends?
I love my weed dealer more than my mom now. Well, I mean, it took you long enough.
This one's great.
I've lost like 30. I don't know how many friends I've lost, but it's probably non-zero from my shenanigans online. All right, Casey, how many for you? For you, how many people need to die for the lockdown order to have been worth it? For all this mess to have been worth it, how many people need to die? Let's say in the U.S.
Whatever we're at, it's fine. Can we be done? I'm good with
that.
Whatever.
Makes it worth it?
Yeah,
more people need to die to make it worth it. Not enough people have died to make this worth it. They haven't even gotten to like the sniffles number yet. We're not even to accidental gun deaths numbers yet. Like, we need this to go like way the hell up. I'm thinking like 60 million people in the U.S. need to die in order for everything that we've done and gone through to be worth it. Because that's a measly 2 goddamn % of the country.
Mike B's got you outdone here. He wrote worldwide 1.5 billion because fuck China and U.S. 200 million.
Yeah, a good 2/3 of the country. See, Mike's a little bit more liberal in those numbers than I am.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Dayman said 69.
But Mike B still had to go to work. I think that's why he's so fucking pissed.
He's salty.
He's had to go to work every day. Me.
Sorry.
Nice. This person bowed out. Couldn't find a funny answer to this one. Yeah, try. Any number is funny.
Yeah, there was a few that were like that.
Yeah.
2 million.
2 million.
Yeah.
Rachel Ray. It's very specific. If she catches it, she's probably dead. I think she's super fat. She's got to be like type 2 diabetic. And
is she super fat now? She wasn't fat before.
What? I thought she's always been fat.
No, my mom used to have her cookbooks all the time. She was a good-looking lady back when she was in the
I think she hid it underneath like thick blouses.
Oh. Yeah,
you could tell like when she was like stirring.
I hadn't thought about Rachel Ray in like 15 years, so I don't know.
When she was stirring, her batters and stuff like that, you could catch like the quiet sound of a whirlwind from her arm fat. That was like, if you listen real closely. The bottom button on her shirt was just like wiggling like the loose pebble in a dam in a cartoon in the crack. That's just like that pebble needs to go, and then the whole water's gonna blast out.
Over on the side of her cooking set, there's just this whole wall where buttons have been popping and flying into marking up the paint.
None of her audience can sit in the first 2 rows. They have a hockey net kind of thing going for buttons.
Oh man.
And last but not least, most people need to die.
Most people.
For the lockdown.
Poor Rachel Ray. She didn't know she was going to get roasted on tonight's show.
Yeah, she listens now. I'll make sure that I'll tweet her. I'll be like, "Hey, we talked about you and your cooking, and your fantastic blouses."
One of our listeners wants you dead.
Yeah, only you though. Then it will all be worth it. You're like Jesus Christ to that guy. All right. If those protesting, we talked about that one.
Yeah, we did those too. Yeah.
What's the perfect pizza, Casey? In your opinion, what's the perfect pizza?
Oh man, I don't know what the perfect pizza is. I haven't found it. I, like everybody else, loves pizza, and my go-to is like a bacon pepperoni. But I'm good with like almost anything anybody orders. But I've yet to have like a certain combination of toppings that I'm like, wow, that is better than all the other delicious pizza I've had.
Okay. So you're like on the never-ending quest for the perfect pizza.
I am. I'm still looking.
All right. I envy you. I already know what the best one is to me anyway. Bacon, jalapeno, pepperoni, and then either sausage or bell peppers, like any combination of that. Like, I love that.
I had that once with you, and it was goddamn delicious, but it was from Domino's, and I had that food poisoning that we talked about years ago.
That'll get you. Domino's will get you. Weird enough, nobody said Domino's was the perfect pizza. It's odd.
Was that weird? Was that weird to
you? I would have thought. Bacon, jalapeno, and chicken. That's delicious.
I just read ahead. Oh my god! I just read ahead. One of them's awful.
Oh, you read?
Goof Trombone wrote teenager face pizza.
Oh. They submitted their answers late, so I didn't read those. I only read the first few people. Oh my god,
that's
that one's bad.
That's wrong, but really funny. Goof Trombone.
Yeah, he changed his name again. That's really funny. Finn's fan said all of them, so you can't disappoint that guy. Any pizza, put anything on it. Fucking pineapple
that I can't agree with.
Pineapple and anchovies. If I knew that guy's address, I would honestly order him a small pizza that's just horrendous and like punishment food style. Send him a pizza that he has to eat that night.
Yeah, I've had pineapple on pizza. I'm in. It's good.
I love it. Yeah, but not with anchovies though.
No, for sure. Ugh. Of course not.
Ugh.
Of course not.
All right. Pepperoni, bell peppers, bacon, and jalapeno. Yes. That's where I'm at. That's a fucking fantastic pizza. Any pizza I don't have to cook myself. Again, not true. You're opening yourself up to just terrible, terrible pizzas.
Sure.
Cuckshed. I did read this one. This one's bad. Cuckshed said extra sausage.
He didn't mean that, though. Not in the traditional sense.
No, he didn't.
He's got problems.
Pizza Hut. I just lost all respect for that person.
If he's talking stuffed crust, though, pretty good.
If you only eat the crust and then throw away the rest of the slice of pizza, then yeah. But you might as well just grab some cheese bread.
Yep.
Someone said Chicago style. A couple people and one or two people said New Haven thin crust. It's very popular.
New Haven is has the best pizza in the world, according to people from New Haven.
According to snobs from Yale.
Yeah. I've had Pepe's Pizza, and it is delicious, but I did lead this off by saying I haven't found the perfect pizza. I didn't find it there.
Nope. When I went there, I was like, it's kind of burned. The bottom of my pizza is kind of burned, and that's your thing.
On purpose. They like burning it down there.
I don't get it, dude.
In Fairfield County, they like burning up their pizza.
And there's like sections. There were sections of my pizza that didn't have like any cheese on it. It was just kind of like sauce, and the cheese was like around it. Like they were trying to get artsy with it. Like, just fucking spread out the toppings.
Yeah, no, they do. They do that. They burn it a little bit. They get a little artsy with the cheese. It is good pizza, but
yeah, not the best though. Casey, who's the sexiest cartoon?
Yeah, can you just enlighten me? Why did you write this? Why was this question in your head? What made that? What prompted this?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of something I hadn't asked before.
That's a good point. I haven't asked that one yet.
What's the perfect pizza? I just led right into who's the sexiest cartoon. Obviously, it's Jessica Rabbit, and Finn's fan agrees with me, so he's absolutely right.
There was a bunch of Jessica Rabbit answers, to be honest.
Yeah, but anybody would know the name of. A couple new pickers. A lot of people. This was the funniest one to me because they were the first two people to make their picks. So when there were only two answers, it was Daphne from Scooby-Doo and Daphne spelling from Scooby-Doo. Like it both had like the qualifier. It was hilarious.
Jessica Rabbit a few times. There's no right answer to this. There certainly is right answers. Bowser Jr.
What?
The lowest ad on the Pornhub sidebar usually ends my searching.
Ooh, hard disagree.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Soft.
Did you see that? Did you see the Instagram post today? I know you did because you shared the account with me. Where they posted the dungeon Pornhub thing on. Did you see that Instagram post?
I don't think I scrolled Instagram today. What was it?
There's like the dungeon from like the beginning of a bunch of the Pornhub videos. They just posted that screenshot and they were like, if you know what this building is, you're fucked up. It's like I immediately scrolled past. I was like, that building, I know that one.
Whoops. Yeah, we needn't say any more. Hentai, take your pick. I guess I don't know.
That stuff's so weird. We talked about that in college one night, and one of my buddies was super into that.
Did that lead to the Canadian Diggler or whatever that guy? Doc Diggler or whatever?
No. Different guy. But yeah, I had a buddy who was like really into that shit. And weird. Yeah. Really weird.
It's a real virgin thing.
Upsetting stuff.
Like tentacle porn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's just wrong.
The Japanese, dude, don't turn your back. Don't turn your back on the Japanese, I'm telling you.
Sure.
Little Mermaid. Dude, that chick's 16. She says it in the movie. That was the weirdest part of that whole movie.
What's her name?
Ariel.
Hey, you got it.
Ah, damn it. Yeah. When it's topical, it's easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. And last but not least, when Bugs Bunny dresses like a girl bunny. That's rough.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's rough. All right. The last 3 questions were really just for, or 4 questions, was it?
Some of these are just for us. I don't think we should read the segment ones because some of them, there's some good stuff in there that I don't think we want to spoil.
Yeah, let's save those. Those were more for testing to see what our audience liked.
2 goddamn gentlemen test questions, yeah.
Right. Which were great.
You want to do any more? Or you want to just leave it where we are for now, and we'll circle back on those at some point.
Let's leave it where it is. We'll incorporate the good ideas, the bad ideas that were for the sake of the joke. I think we bring in next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I have a confession to make. I lied to our audience. I sent out an email with a lie in it. Not having... I know you're staring at me like you can't believe it. Not having the pick list last week fucked my timing up so bad that I thought that this was the last week of April because I'm looking at the score sheets and shit, and we already decided all but the last week. It's week 40 for us, but the pick list for them was week 39, so they had 2 weeks left, and I told them that this was it. This was for all the marbles. That's not true, and I will be sending out a rescinding...
Liar.
Yeah, a rescinding email next week saying, just kidding. Late April Fools, guys. This is the last week of April, and good luck to you all. So hopefully some semblance of sports will be back. I know the UFC is planning on having an event. Is that right? Is that this week?
Yeah, they're close, and I think mid-May for golf. And dude, I think NASCAR is going to come back at some point without fans too.
We got so much shit for UFC picks because it was just an easy go-to for a Saturday night, right? And there's so many cards and so many fights, you can just go right through it. If there's a UFC fight going on this week, I will make like a 50-question UFC pick list. I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
4 people will do it.
2 people will do it. You know what? The funny thing is the person that bitched the most about that was Finn's fan, and he would still not miss a pick list if I had 50 UFC questions.
He'd still do it.
Well, he's leading the month. He better do it. We'll see if he still is after this because we got to tally up how funny we thought everybody was and then give it based on that. Very subjective, but let's head to the break, and then when we come back, we'll settle a Would You Rather.
Puck.
All right, DC.
What's up, buddy?
Would you rather time?
Let's do it.
We tied last week, which we hate. We had the butterfly versus squirrel. What was it? 30 butterflies appear
every time you sneeze.
Yeah, and then a squirrel appears. An angry squirrel that wants to attack you appears every time that you cough.
Now, because it was one angry squirrel, I heard that as like every time you sneeze, that same angry squirrel just like pops up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can take care of one squirrel. But I was like, oh man, what if somebody hears it as like 5 sneezes in a row equals 5 squirrels right there in your house?
And it was coughs too.
Or coughs. That's right, coughs.
You can get more coughs probably than sneezes out.
Yeah, because we talked about like you sneezed like 100 times once or something like that. And I've only ever sneezed, I think 3 times was the most I've ever sneezed. Like I could deal with 90 butterflies real quick in a pinch, you know?
It'd be fine.
But dude, a coughing fit, I've gotten into a coughing fit that lasted like all day.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't remember sneezing 100 times, but I've sneezed a lot.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 times in a row or something stupid.
Were you here? Is that why you remember, or did I say this?
No, I thought we talked about that on the podcast.
I don't think
something.
I don't know. Somebody can say if that's true. I don't remember that. All right. So because we tied, I initially felt like you should just have to react again, right? You have to go first again because you didn't beat me, but I didn't do well enough to keep the advantage. So I'll react first.
Perfect.
Let's see. Would you? Where were we on here? Oh, there's the butterfly one. Um, okay. Would you rather vomit uncontrollably for 1 minute every time you hear the happy birthday song, or get a headache that lasts for the rest of the day every time you see a bird? You have to vomit uncontrollably for 1 minute every time you hear the happy birthday song, get a headache that lasts for the entire day every time you see a bird. Of course, the happy birthday one.
Of course.
Sorry, I read it and then I had to read
it. I was like, what's taking you so long, dude?
No,
Do you never see birds?
No. I forgot the time length on the first one. I forgot the...
You know what would have made that better is, would you rather uncontrollably vomit for every time you saw a bird, or would you rather have a headache for the rest of the day every time you heard the birthday song? That would have been a much harder choice.
That would have been a way harder choice. Would you rather eat a sandwich made from 4 ingredients in your fridge chosen at random, or eat a sandwich made by a group of your friends from 4 ingredients in your fridge? Of course the random one, because my friends are going to pick the 4 worst items.
Oh, yeah. It's 100% chance of a terrible sandwich if your friends have control of it. At least random, you might get something in there that masks everything, like hot sauce.
Would you rather everyone be required to wear identical silver jumpsuits, or anytime 2 people meet and are wearing an identical article of clothing, they must fight to the death? Okay, already the second one for sure, and I already know what I'm going to wear, DC, to avoid this.
Yeah, I'll just go naked. I don't have a twin.
That's an option. I was going to start picking super obscure athletes and doing like the jersey splits. Like 50-50 or maybe even like 3 across. Just sew them together. Just wear weird jerseys every day. No one's ever going to match. And I just get to watch people wearing the same dumb Nike t-shirt fight to the death on the sidewalk.
Jeremy Lin, fucking David Ortiz. Like, what? That's hilarious.
Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actor?
Ooh.
I
feel like
less
acting,
work than the director and probably making more money.
You think it's less? Yeah, I think it is less work because you either can do it or you can't, and you're pulling way more tail. Like Tarantino is not getting anything, and he's probably top 5 most famous directors as far as like name weight goes. Top 5 actors, clean it up. So I'm definitely going actor for sure.
We might disagree on this one. I don't know which way you're going to go. Would you rather be a practicing doctor or a medical researcher? Now, assuming I'm smart enough to do either, I know my personality. I'd much rather be a practicing doctor. I enjoy problems to solve. I don't. The creative thing is a challenge. Which is my job in real life. So I work on it every day. But
yeah, the shitty part about being
be a mechanic. I'd rather be a mechanic than build the car.
Yeah, no, the shitty part about being a doctor is not practicing. It's going through school to get to being a practicing doctor. Sure. The shitty part about being a medical examiner or whatever it was, what was it?
Researcher, medical researcher.
A medical researcher. The hardest part about doing that is convincing the government to give you a grant every 5 years. I'd much rather be a practicing doctor. I agree with you on that one.
Would you rather live in a cave or in a treehouse? Treehouse.
Really?
Yeah. I'm picturing like an elegant, lovely treehouse, though. Like one of those like ones on that treehouse show back in the day. I don't know if you remember that or not. There was a show all about people that had fancy treehouses. Yeah, I'm picturing one of those versus like a really nice cave. But I feel like it's more accessible.
I'm going cave.
Okay.
I'm going cave, and I would literally have a man cave. And I would make it awesome, and you could pimp it out, and it's not going anywhere. You don't need to, like, update your rocks every few years like you would have to reinforce your beams on a treehouse. And one good swift gust of wind, you're fucking done. So I'm going cave.
I was going to ask you about the problem. What if there's a bear living in the cave, but you'd enjoy that?
I would enjoy that, yeah. The bear is me.
You like a good bear. Yeah, you like a good bear in a cave, don't you? All right, there you go. Cave versus treehouse.
Would you rather a bear in the cave or a hamster in the tunnel?
I haven't heard this one. How does that one end?
At the stomach.
World's worst old riddle. DC, it's reaction time.
Hell yeah, dude. I have a bunch. Yeah, let me share. Actually, I don't know if I want to share a screen with you for this one because it's just the article title that I want to read for you.
Whatever you want to
I want you to react to this Onion article because I think you're gonna. Whoops, not copy link. I want to open that shit. There we go. KC, there's a report. The U.S. still leads the world with highest density of Kevins.
That is 100% true. Where else are people being named Kevin? England.
Australia. Yeah. So anyway, I thought that was funny. All right, excuse me. Here we go. Had a little bit of whiskey in our break time. I apologize.
Yeah, my internet crashed for about 15 minutes there.
Yeah, you boomer tier fuck. All right, here we go. I am now sharing with you. Let's see if it's going to allow us. It is. It's going to allow us to fucking do our links. KC, this is a video that I have aptly named A Shelf Named Bob.
All right, so it's some kind of a warehouse. Oh, I saw this. Yeah, I saw this week. This is great. Dude falls asleep on a forklift, runs into a thing. He's like, oh, shit, I ran into that thing. And then the entire warehouse comes down bit by bit, just forever. This is so good.
I was really upset with this that it stopped halfway. Like,
yeah,
I really
it did not
wanted
make it all the way down the row. And this
also
this was on 4/16/2020. Like, this just happened.
I love it. I was also kind of bummed that the guy, like, lived. You know what I mean? Like, he got up and was fine.
Well, I know what you mean. That doesn't mean I agree with it.
All right, this next video I've captioned "Welp."
So something great will happen. All right, we got a red sports car. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay, sitting on the back of it. That's a bad plan. Well, that was gonna happen.
Here we go. This next one I've titled "Don't Drink and Scoot." Here we go. Great music.
Yeah, the music's awesome. Okay. That was great. He just pulls up to the red light and just passes the fuck out. Just face first into the ground.
Everybody totally helps him. That's how you know that even though there's like kind of Chinese symbols on the screen, it's not China. It's probably Korea. Yeah, probably Japan, Korea, something like that. But definitely not China. They would have just driven right past that idiot. Sure. They do not care. Oh, good. It's going to let me close some of these. Here we go. All right, next one. I've captioned "Dark Knight No Longer Rises." Let's see that one again. That was too quick. Here we go.
It's Batman trying to pole vault a bull and then getting launched by the horn up his ass.
Oh, man. I was very impressed with the bull's strength on that one. Very little effort to launch that guy like 5 yards.
Very good form. Huge traps on that bull.
All right. This one I've titled "Clap for the Heroes, Everyone."
Oh, sure. Like the hospital things at night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The medical heroes. Here we go.
Uh-oh, are they transporting patients?
Uh-huh.
They're going to drop him, aren't they? They're going to fucking 100% they're going to drop him. Down he goes.
Plop.
He hit his head off the back of that ambulance.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so fantastic. Let's get out on our decks and ring the pots and pans for these fine folks. That video is only half over, but I can only imagine that they drop them another... No. It's just them picking up the pieces of that that terrible, tragic person. All right, that's all the reaction I have.
Yeah, I'm going to change the order here.
Okay.
For you.
Go for it.
And you can go ahead and click on that first link in the DC React section.
Okay.
Title of this one is "They Should Buy Guns."
I already agree. Let's see what's going on.
So we have police attempting
Should I be reading?
No, well, you can if you want. It doesn't matter. But
okay. Video shows moment cops get hand chopped off by sword wielding maniac. Yeah,
Dude,
if the cops don't have guns.
We talked about this on the Patreon show. I'm sure they have guns, but we talked about this on the bonus show. I've watched so much live PD this week. This dude is so dead so much earlier in the video in America. Like, he's so dead so fast. And in this, he is allowed, just see how long it takes to get to where we get.
Let's see here. Making it full screen.
Volume-wise, I would probably bring it down because it's just a lot of yelling and it's hard to understand anything. So
it is India.
I'd rather hear you. So
yeah, here we go. Okay,
Pause for a sec.
Oh, he's dead right now. Is that a cop with a hoodie on? What's going on? This white truck is just bashed through a barricade, and all four of these cops are.
Pause when you can, because you can't hear me. Pause.
You can't hear?
No, you can't hear me. It's go down to the volume in the bottom left on the video and bring it down so we can talk to each other. Because.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's lower in my ear than it is in yours. I apologize.
Yeah, because you're right. He's so dead already, trying to get away from 5 or 6 cops surrounding his vehicle, and now he's trying to run them over. Already, bullet holes through the windows. Right?
Oh yeah, as soon as he knocks over that barricade just a little bit, bullet holes are flying through his windows, and not only does he not get bullet holes through the windows, but after he blasts through the barricade, then 4 or 5 cops, quote unquote cops, start smacking his truck with sticks.
Yes, they should buy guns.
Oh my God.
So now he's out of the truck.
Okay, yep. And he's got a sword.
And he just chopped off the cop's hand.
Oh yeah, severed some limb. Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh boy.
They should buy guns.
They should buy guns.
And
That's
use
fantastic.
them.
You know what?
And use them quicker.
Yeah. I'm not going to be a cop apologist here. They should both buy guns. That would have been a lot less effort for that guy to get away from that cop.
They both could have had the Indiana Jones moment, and neither of them did.
Oops. All right, next one you've titled, I'll Never Feel This Strongly About Anyone.
Yep.
I already think that's probably true. Are you sure you're trying to go here? Oh, there we go, Casey. All right, slightly risky. I'm proud of you.
It's a crazed.com article.
Oh my God. This guy's face.
By the way, DC, where do you think he's from?
Oh, of course it's Florida. Yeah, of course. All right, Brian DeSario. Is there a video or should I just read? Okay, it's a read.
No, yeah,
article.
it's just an article. Yeah, I think it starts above the picture, maybe.
Does it?
Maybe. No. That's
Florida man. I want to read the story before I read that title, actually. Because I feel like it's going to be funnier just by that guy's face alone. Brian DeSario, 30, shot and killed a 56-year-old friend of his mother's for having sexual relations with his girlfriend. An imaginary girlfriend. You know what? They deserve it. If your friend's son has an imaginary girlfriend, why are you fucking with that?
So wait until you get to what all happened here, because this is one of the craziest stories I've read in a while.
DeSario's mother called police, and after their arrival, a shootout with DeSario erupted. Okay, so after the police show up, then there was a shootout. A shootout with DeSario erupted that closed one nearby elementary school. So this happened before Corona, apparently. Sheriff deputies eventually backed off and tried to negotiate with DeSario with imaginary guns. I'm just kidding. But he kept repeatedly shouting, "John performed adult acts on her. He ate her pussy." Yeah, should have just started with that. Shouldn't have been so coy about performing adult acts if you were just going to get right to it. Unable to make any headway, zing.
Nice.
Police sent in a bomb robot. Good God, who found DeSario dead from what authorities suspect, but have yet to officially confirm, the ingestion of household chemicals mixed with beer.
Yep. Thought the timing on that was awesome.
Oh my God, this is the best story I've ever heard. Police found stacks of DeSario's writing that included a manuscript, of course, of children's poetry and hundreds of rage-filled letters to his imaginary girlfriend. She's a whore, it sounds like. She had it coming. DeSario's...
Oh boy, is she. Oh boy, is she.
DeSario's girlfriend allegedly had moved to Paris to be a lips model. Oh, nice. That's where they just use photos of your lips in ads, nothing else. An arresting deputy said, "Okay, Florida, get it the fuck together. Like, stop explaining things that we know. Like, ellipse model, we get it. We know what that means. And Desario had been writing letters accusing her of cheating on him with black Frenchmen who were also models. Yeah.
Of course they are.
Then somehow the imaginary girlfriend wrote back and said she wasn't actually living in Paris, but in the shooting victim's apartment in Hudson, getting oral sex 12 times a day. Oh, what a cuck. This suspect is obviously insanely mentally ill. No shit. Oh, okay. You know, Casey, you know how I know this guy's insanely mentally ill?
How's that, DC?
That.
Yep.
That. I'm
Look it
scrolled up to the picture of him. He's got a nice clean cut, though. Gotta respect the cut.
So that's pretty
He's
good.
looking like Kim Jong Il's retarded little brother, who will not get the throne. Desario reportedly had a long history of mental illness, no shit, that often caused violent outbursts. Investigators said Desario managed to stockpile weapons and ammunition, including a shoebox of grenades, but they aren't sure how. Because it's America. He has the right to do that.
That story was just kept on giving. You find out about the poor dead guy at the beginning, but then from there, it's just a bundle of laughs.
That's fantastic. I'm leaving that window open because that's great. I'm just going to send that to everybody I disagree with on Facebook. I'm just going to send that to them just to say, fuck you. Like, stop wasting my time with what you're doing. All right.
So anyway, I'll never feel that strongly about anyone, about how he felt about his imaginary girlfriend.
No, never. Or the person that he set up to kill. Like, he has deep issues because you know this man who had quote-unquote sexual relations with his imaginary girlfriend was just the dude that his mom was sleeping with, and she's probably a super hoe. So, you know, whatever you got to do to, you know, make your life make sense in your head.
Sure.
Another great man from Florida. Oh, I can't wait. Let's see this one. Is this going to be another article?
I don't think this one has a video, but it might.
This man, Bobby Andreas Heck. That's a good name. Bobby Andreas Heck, whose initials spell Bah. 41, faces an array of charges, including assault with a deadly weapon, resisting arrest, and animal cruelty. Oh, God. Next to this man...
Those two words, you just go, oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Because next to this man is
you
a
moved
picture...
here on purpose.
Picture of a pig. And the man is clearly going bald. And he's tried to counter this effect with a terrible tattoo of a hairline that looks like Eddie Munster.
DC, on the big quiz this week, can we take the picture of the last guy and this guy and just ask, would you rather?
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Would you rather this guy, or the pig? Give him the third choice. I'll bet
Everyone's
unanimous
pick
pig.
The pig. Everyone's
Unanimously.
pick the pig.
All right. According to the arrest report, Heck entered his family's residence in the whatever block of Forest Creek Drive and accused his pet pig, Mr. Oinkers, oh God, of trying to control his mind. It's a serious allegation. He threatened to turn the pig into bacon and stabbed the pig in the rump. Bad move, dude. That's not going to do the trick. Heck's father, who he shares the residence with, tackled Heck from behind in order to save the pig. Imagine choosing the pig over your son. Heck then stabbed his father in the buttocks, so that's his move, and fled. Police were called and searched the neighborhood for Heck, eventually finding him holding his breath in the bottom of the neighbor's swimming pool. I mean, come on.
This guy was a delight to discover on the internet.
But it wasn't his fault. The pig made him do that.
What
he
was the
wouldn't
pig
have chosen.
wearing is what I'm wondering.
Right? Mind control robes. It must be some kind of record for how long he held his breath underwater. One of the arresting officers, like he would know, one of the arresting officers stated in the police report, I don't think it was as long as 10 minutes. Oh my God, Florida, what the fuck? I don't think it was as long as 10 minutes because the world record is like 8. But heck, It had to have been at least 6 minutes, maybe 7. We
Did
were
he
all
say
amazed.
Butt Heck? That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Because the guy's name is Heck.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, if you're a police officer and you find the guy in the pool, and it's been like a minute, which is probably what it actually was, it feels like 6 minutes. But you have to be smart enough not to say that. You have to be smart enough not to say it must have been at least 6 minutes. That's the most retarded. That's the most retarded thing I've ever. That guy. That cop is the dumbest one in this story so far. A police officer entered the pool and at why? Just wait.
Just use a flashlight.
Just wait it out. A police officer entered the pool and after some struggle, pulled a kicking and screaming Heck out. Heck continued to fight and was hit with a stun gun, making it possible for officers to complete the arrest. Yeah, I guess you don't want to hit him with a stun gun while he's just in the pool.
Not right away out of the pool.
Not right away. Let him tire himself out, you know? Let a little bit of mild hypothermia set in, something like that. Weaken him, you know? Then go. You get overtime.
Where's that in the pool, either way?
Yeah.
Just
shock the water.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just hand his dad a knife and tell him, like, you know, tit for tat. Get him in the ass.
Tie his hands and feet, leave him in the pig pen.
Turn his ass to bacon. Heck told police the pig had repeatedly been hypnotizing him in order to control his mind. He said the pig wanted to use Heck to kill other pigs. Oh.
Well, you were right. You said the pig was probably responsible.
Yeah. I mean, if I was a pig, that's what I would do. Like, don't kill me, dude. Kill that pig. That's the pig you want. Both Heck's father and the pig survived. Oh my God, no shit. And are recovering, according to the hospital. I hope they're in beds together, like next to each other, like holding hands.
Did he stab the pig in the ass?
Yeah, he stabbed him right in the rump.
He did stab the pig in the ass. Okay.
Yeah, they were anatomically correct with the butcher terminology. Stabbed him in the rump.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least.
This one you don't have to go through the whole thing. I was just kind of curious about this.
Okay, so do you want me to read your caption or do you want me to do that after?
Yeah, no, you can read the caption.
She thought of this pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought this was a different article.
Odds and ends, peanut butter dog, nails, and other offbeat offerings. Oh, God.
Yeah, so she's the first part of that. Like, there's other stories toward the middle and end of this article, but she's the one I'm interested in.
In this viral TikTok video, dog mama... Oh, shit. I hate that so much.
Terrible term.
I hate that. Dog mama Lynn's Shellen uses peanut butter on her forehead to distract her dog while she cuts his nails.
So DC, I mean, we could pretty much stop there. I mean,
that would be my excuse.
Not the first time, right? And not usually the forehead, but she thought of that pretty quickly.
Right. It's on my forehead because it's on video.
Dog knew what to do right away.
Right away. Look at the dog's eyes too. Look how voraciously he's going at that peanut butter.
He's just happy it is where it is this time.
Exactly, on a flat, dry surface. Oh, Lord. All right, Casey, before we get to the wheel, I did make a promise to the people, and I won't be made a liar of by myself twice. We have a Yelp. Show. We have a Yelp review for Popeyes to go over.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. It's not as scathing as many people might have thought it was, but it is Yelp, so you know I don't want it to get auto banned like right away.
Sure.
Here we go. Popeye's Yelp review. My wife and I went golfing last Sunday, and because my wife and I had to rush home, we decided to get quote-unquote quick drive-through at Popeye's. We pulled into the drive-through line with just 3 cars ahead of us and to the ordering kiosk. No sweat. It did take quite a while for us just to get 2 cars up and realize that it wasn't some shitbird who had ordered a metric Lizzo worth of fried chicken holding everyone up. It was just that these employees were slow AF,
metric
as the kids
Lizzo
say.
Worth.
After 15 minutes, we finally got to give our simple order, 8 tenders meal with mac and cheese. We texted my parents, who were watching our 3 kids, to let them know we were just a little bit held up in the Popeyes drive-thru, but that surely they got just a little backed up, and the 3 cars ahead of us to the window would move through faster than another 15 minutes. Fucking nope. 45 goddamn minutes just to get food. To get food to just 3 cars ahead of us, and not one of them had more than a couple bags of food. We would have left out of necessity if it was possible to do so, but the drive-through lane was walled off to the right. After getting to the window, I think I get why the hell you would do such a thing. The slack-jawed buffoon working the register had to be the most stoned-off-his-ass shitwheel in Orlando, Florida. He talked at 3 words a minute and repeated back the wrong order and needed to be corrected twice on which sauces we needed. Conveniently, the receipt printer was not working, which I believe 0, and apparently the ringleader of that retard circus was apparently a gentleman by the name KC, spelled 3 different ways. You get it. Because of the almost extra hour delay your fast food caused us, our 4-month-old baby was starving and hysterical when we got back to pick up the kids. Not only will I never go back to that location again, I actually scream out the window, "Don't do it," to the innocent cars, also not surprisingly stuck in the drive-thru from hell. All that aside, it was the best damn chicken I ever ate in my life.
Oh, nicely done.
Thank you. I don't know why I still had that on share screen the whole time, but I'll stop that.
Shit wheel.
Fucking shit wheel, dude.
Speaking of a shit wheel.
Let me go back into share so we can do that.
Hey, good call. It is wheel time. I won last week.
Yeah, and if you haven't made your way over to kcdcevw.com/GFY, my video did make it there. So Cringe of the Year is at the top of GFY for you all to
Cringe of the Year.
Yep. All right, KC, this is a big deal, buddy, because this is going to determine April. It is 2-2. If I win, you get a food item and a song. If you win, I get another song on top of your fucking... Look at this photograph from Nickelback that I have yet to do.
I think that's my protest. For that, by the way, it's lovely.
Oh, so good, so good. And the video you made, go to again www.patreon.com/KCDCEVW. The 11-minute video with your 5-minute shut the fuck up, and then your music video, and my song is probably the funniest fade out I've ever seen.
Thank you.
So do yourselves a favor and go become a patron, and do us a favor and become a patron. Fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, Casey. Yeah. Without further ado, here's the wheel.
I'm really hoping it just is nice to me this week, and you have to do a lot of work.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good start.
DC jokes. All right, let me pull up my joke list here. I think I'm going to get you on this one.
All right, I'm going to focus up, stare at you, no laughing, no audible like smirks or type noises. Can't have any.
Right. Get over here just to verify. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, sure.
KC, why do old men stop eating out their wife after she's 75 years old?
Why?
Have you ever tried to pull apart a grilled cheese sandwich? All right. You got it. Advantage, KC. That's a terrible joke.
It's a funny joke, though.
Here we go.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Give me that nonsense point. Oh, come on. Just give you April.
DC, read a sex act, baby. Where have we not gone?
You tell me a state and I'll tell you if we've gone there. Think random. We probably haven't.
Yeah, South Dakota.
South Dakota. The South Dakota Soggy Taco.
I don't know what that is. But now I cannot. Again, same rule. Here we go.
KC. A South Dakota Soggy Taco is... While having vaginal sex, the female urinates on the male's penis during insertion. This is usually done without the man knowing. Not something to be taken lightly.
No. Gross.
That was stupid. That was a stupid one. I'm never going to South Dakota.
April.
Damn it.
Thank God. Let's go. I needed a month.
I'm just going to make 2 songs for you, I guess.
2 songs, and you have a food item. I failed this week ordering a food item on time to get it to you by this showtime here. So it's coming this week, and you'll have next week to do it.
All right. Hey, that ties up the score for the weeks 21-21, I think.
Wow.
So you're right back in it.
Yeah. All right. Pop me out of the share screen. Let's close this thing up. DC, is this a Patreon week? Or is next week a Patreon week?
For bonus episode, it is a Patreon week.
Hell yes. All right. So patreon.com/KCDCEVW. $5 a month gets you access to all of the content. It's every song that we've done for the punishment tracks. It is
all the video content.
Yeah, all the video content for every single show. This entire show's video will be up there. Every bonus episode video will be up there, and all of it will be improving drastically over the coming weeks and months. DC and I literally have things actually in the works now, and I think this is going to look pretty good by the time Season 3 of KCDC EVW closes in, early July, and
Yep.
2 Goddamn Gentlemen starts up.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very exciting. You got anything fun planned this week?
I'm going to try and get out and golf again. I got the itch. A good round will do that to you.
It will, but then a bad round right after that will really just make you hate everything.
But, dude, golf is such a fucking cold mistress that you could have the worst round of your life, but you'll hit a 25-foot putt to end up at, 110.
Yeah. You're like, if only I'd done better on the other 17 holes, plus the first couple shots on 18. Fuck, that last putt. It's so good.
All right, buddy. I cannot wait, literally, for your food item to get here. I hope it gets lost in the mail, and I'll just say that I ate it. I couldn't help myself. I just ate it before the next podcast.
I can't be positive. I can't verify it because you'll be the one that opens it. Possibly, maybe even by the Patreon show.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. But according to Amazon, it was $7.35 for 120 individual items of this product. Not large items in any way, but items. Extremely doable, but items.
All right. I don't like the thought of 120 of anything that I would send to you, so I can't wait.
I think there were more kidney beans or whatever the fuck those were than 120.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I had at least 60 of them that night.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
40. DC, that's it. Until the Patreon show this week, I'll see you.
Later.